So, before we seal up, that I had mentioned that you did record some projects while that has been here.
Yeah.
Heartbeat, I've seen a couple of the videos online.
Yeah, yeah,
Love the
yeah.
vibe as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, tell us about like these new projects that has been working with.
Well, you see, these new projects is just part of the continuation of our magical musical journey here in Ethiopia, which continues globally. You see what I'm saying? Because our work is a global work. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes you see, like a musician, you might just have a place to rest. You might even just have a place to rest because, you know, it's just like, if you can remember the poets, they used to travel from town to town.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But what was in the poets' lyrics? You see what I'm saying? Education, all newspaper him sing about. So when him go around to different parishes, they get to educate themselves as well. So my musical calling, my musical journey is a global calling. You see what I'm saying? And as you know, as a Rasta man, Rastafari is a global movement. You see what I'm saying? We don't just stay one place and get dust. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, we energize the whole of the universe and the whole of the world. You see it?
Yes,
But like we were saying, so the music is gonna be released. You know, we released the EP that we recorded here in Ethiopia. When I went to Shashamani, it gave me a vibe, and I wrote a song called Shashamani, which you're gonna play anyway.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you're gonna play that,
Yeah,
so
man.
no problem.
Yeah.
And you know, so you know, it's just a good vibration. So since I was here in Ethiopia, I've done shows, I've done radio interviews, like I'm doing one with you now,
Yes, sir.
and give thanks to the Ija,
Rastafari.
Mikey. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
you're great. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So that's why you see, it is really true. You never judge a book by its cover. You see what I'm saying? And sometimes the story can be in the middle of the book. The story can be at the front of the book. The story can be at the back of the book. But you would never know where the story is until you read that book. And every man is a book. Every woman is a book. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So we just have to know, when you meet somebody, you don't just disregard that book. Yes? You have a look into that book. You have a reasoning into that book. You always where I'm coming from? And you see the light, because books carry auras, just like humans. We have an aura. A book will show itself. Every book have an energy, whether it's positive or negative. There's an energy. You see it? Yeah. So that's how we do. That's how.
So, where can people go to support the air music and find the air works? And you have a message for the youth and for the listeners and the people watching right now, like obviously in this time of worldwide revelation of war, of all kind of things happening. What would I like to say to the people before we seal up? Rastafari.
Well, really and truly, you can get my music on iTunes, Spotify, all major platforms. You can order, because I've got single vinyls as well. Check out Dubwise Distribution Company, which is in East London. So you can get all dubs, everything from Dubwise, you know?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You say.
Yeah, so you can get my tunes from
Yeah.
Dubwise.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So big up Dubwise still for the work that he's doing, distributing reggae music. You know what I mean? Big up sound like Channel One, big up sound like Abashanti, African Roots.
Yes,
You know what I mean? Just Shaka, the mighty warrior,
Yes,
which
sir.
is the #1 sound.
Yes,
Every sound know, all root sound, every root sound know, say Shaka are the #1 root
Yes, sir.
sound.
Yes,
You
sir.
see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So 'Cause enough sound fashion off of Shaka.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Big up Coxsone sound, you know what I mean? All the foundation sounds. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, so and big up the foundation, Jew Creed, Coxsone. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, all the big sounds them from in Jamaica up to today, you know what I mean? Stone Love. You see it? So them still continuing the love of music, you know? In the UK you have Saxon, they still, you know, Coxsone, as I mentioned, but you got the UK Coxsone and you got the Jamaican Coxsone sound, which was the first. And then you had the UK Coxsone sound, which is controlled by Lady Coxsone. You see what I'm saying? But the Jamaican Coxsone sound was controlled by Clement Coxsone Dodd. You see it? So yeah, reggae music shall continue. And for the youths them, and you just go punch in Solomon James Browne, and you could go on YouTube and see my videos, my interviews like this one. It's gonna be on YouTube, so you know what I mean? Just check out the YouTube. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, you know what I mean? Most of the platforms you can pick up the Solomon James Browne vibration, you know? But that's Solomon James Browne with an E. Brown with an E. Boom.
Yes, sir.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
So yeah, but all is well. The message for the youths is it's not even so much of a message, because it's something that we've been told from we are children. Mind what you do. You see what I'm saying? You have to mind what you're doing. So be conscious of your movements as a youth. You see what I'm saying? Because you know how the system set for you already. You see what I'm saying? And it's set for you to fail. There's a lot of failures, a lot of failure stops out there. But you have to be positive and pass those failure stops and continue going on until you reach that victorious road that you have to be on. You see what I'm saying? So then you can grow and mature into a good age, and you know, say when you sit down, you have helped people along the way. It might not be just monetary. Help is not just monetary. Help is not only physical. Help could be mindful as well. You see what I'm saying? It's, as they say, there's a saying, it's a thought that counts. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, you know, so be mindful, be thoughtful, you know, towards your elders, your brothers and your sisters, and rekindle that love that we used to have when you're running in the park and you're laughing, you're kicking ball. You know what I mean? Certain things that we used to do as youths, you know what I mean? We should be able to still do that now. And touching on that note, one thing I've realized in Ethiopia, they still, as you would know, because you live here as well, they still walk. Like when we was youths, we used to walk with our best friend and hug him up. You get me? And we got the ball and you're hugging up, yeah? When you're with your girlfriend, you're hugging up. I noticed they still live like that here in Ethiopia now. And I don't recognize that in many places in the world. But here in Ethiopia, you can see the love each other have for each other. The man, they might stand up and hold each other's hand and things like that. So, really and truly, this is the Garden of Eden. You see what I'm saying? This is definitely the Garden of Eden, because it shares all of those values that the Garden of Eden has. And the upfulness and the prayers and the righteousness. So Ethiopia is the Garden of Eden. Well, it's said that anyway. That's known in the scriptures, because in Genesis 2, the first landmass and the river, it speaks about Ethiopia, the sea that circles Ethiopia. So the first place that's spoken about in the Bible, Genesis 2, is Ethiopia. You know? So yeah, it's a upward spiritual movement, you know, and it's been great for you to have this interview with I and I, so we can spread the love of reggae music and the love of Rastafari. And as I am a member of the Ethiopian World Federation since 1987, I was sworn in as a member in St Agnes Place, over Kennington, Oval, South London. You know, I lived there on several occasions as well, because the reason I lived there is because I wanted to feel Rastafari. You see what I'm saying? And that was where you had the hardcore Rasta was living at St Agnes Place. Ras Seymour, great man who liberate the books that was held captive in the British Museum and other places. You know, Ras Seymour was able to take some of these books out of the British Library and distribute amongst Rasta people, and we get to know what we knew already. What we were saying was already documented, but the spirit is stronger. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like in your DNA. So we stand up and say Rastafari, and then as we go along and start to read, we realize it is Rastafari. This is what we've been saying from creation, is Rastafari. So yeah, word, sound and power. Yeah.
That's it. Rastafari. Big thanks. And last thing before we seal up, me see the air drinking a herbal tea.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We mentioned earlier about roots tonic and these things. Tell us about the importance of the Aita liberty and about the knowledge of the roots and the herbs and the healing of the nation. Yeah, man.
Yeah, well, more time you see, like them say, like the ganja, some call it marijuana, some call it tushumpeng. You know what I mean? Legalize it, boy, yeah, and Solomon would advertise it. But what I'm saying is that the herb, we smoke the herb, we boil and make tea with the herb. You see what I'm saying? It's good for your metabolism. It keeps all aches and pains and everything away from you. Now, I can say this freely now today because it is medically proven. And you have farms that is cultivating what we call marijuana, ganja, indica, cess, sensimania. You see it? So it's good. It opens your mind, it opens your brain, but you do have strands which is chemically formatted. And with these ones that is formatted with a chemical, they have a chemical bounce, so whatever sprayed or used on it, that will affect your brain, because marijuana, ganja, herbs go straight to your mind. So that's why when you know, when I was in Amsterdam, I was in the coffee shops, and many of the coffee shops in Amsterdam had young people in there. So I get to reason with them, and I said to them, make sure, even though you're smoking, make sure you finish your schoolwork. This is what they said to me. This is what helps us do our schoolwork.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to repeat that once more. When I was in Amsterdam, I was sitting in a coffee shop, several coffee shops I go to, and I always say one thing to the youths: make sure you do your work. And they said to me on occasions, this is what helps us to do our work. So when them get them little half term or whatever, they go to Amsterdam and blaze it. You get what I'm saying? And just irie, nice, and come back champions and pass and become diplomats with diplomas and diplomats with highest degrees,
Right.
with extinction. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
You know?
Yeah.
So marijuana, ganja is very good, and there's many other herbs, you know, that you can also use that are recommended for ailments. You see what I'm saying? So even though like they had COVID-19, a good strong ginger, boil up that with some lime, you see, and you can put cinnamon stick in there, and those things run. Because what you need, you have to make your body alkaline. See? So from your body's alkaline. Alkaline is what cancer and illnesses doesn't like. Disease doesn't like an alkaline body. So when you got like your water, you slice up your lime, push it in the top, put that whole bottle and just drink that, you know, shake it up so the lime particles, you know, explode in it, and the chemicals and everything. And yeah, you drink that and you're fine. You know, drink plenty water, you know what I mean? If you could get the lime in there, you know, put the lime in there, and yeah, good.
Yeah, man.
Eat healthy, you know. I'm not against anyone who eats meat or whatever, but all I'm just saying is that I find it to be a lot healthier not to eat meat. But I would not, you know, fight against anyone who eats meat. No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. You know, even if I had to, I would have probably cook it and give them.
Yeah,
You
man.
see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I am who I am.
Yeah,
You
man.
see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just because you doesn't do something,
Yeah.
that doesn't mean him or she doesn't have to do that. You see what I'm saying? So you know for yourself, but you know the right way for yourself. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
So
Truly, yeah, man. And even like with the herb that we just mentioned, like those youths saying that they would use it to help do their homework.
yes,
So this is like the correct thing that we want to hear, because what ones and ones, especially the youth, especially like last time I was in the UK, like I say, the strains are too strong right now. You know what I mean? Some all kind of different names and all kind of chemicals, and some of them, you know, some of them are maybe not even herb anymore. But what we have to know as well is that when using the herb, we have to use it to advance whatever it is that we're trying to achieve or meditate on. It's not just like sit down and burn a spliff and do nothing. You know what I mean? So with the herb, yeah, it's important the youths know what they're smoking and why they're smoking. And yeah, as the I say, is medically approved. Already is biblically approved. Now it's medically approved.
yeah,
You
it
know
was
what I mean?
biblically approved first.
Yeah. So we give enough thanks for the reasoning. You know what I mean? We hope to see the eye again soon forward in Ethiopia again. And yeah, we look forward to enough works that are to come. Like obviously the eyes mentioned the EP and some other things. Is there anything else we can expect in the coming months from the eye musically or otherwise? Yeah, man.
Yeah, you got some videos coming. There's some videos, musical videos, interview videos. You got some EPs coming out. You got albums coming out. So yeah, it's just a continuation from what I started. You see, and anything that you start, you have to maintain it. It's the maintenance that counts. You can have anything in the world, any valuable, non-valuable, whatsoever it is the maintenance. You see what I'm saying? Yeah? So maintenance is know-how. You see what I'm saying? You have to know how to do things. You see what I'm saying? Before things start do you. You have to do the things before the things start to do you. You see it? So yeah, so it's just an upfulness. And yes, Jamaica, you know, work shall continue to go on and continue to go on and continue to go on and continue to go on, you know. And we have to, no matter who fight reggae music, in their consciousness, because more people conscious. Everybody have a conscious mind, you know. It's up to you to put whatever you want to nasty up that conscious mind. Everybody's have a conscious mind. That's why it's easy to get a conscious set mind than a wicked mind. A wicked mind, you have to create that. You have to become wicked. You see what I'm saying? If anybody decides to hate you, right, them have to create hate inside of them to hate you. So now they become a hateful person. If anybody don't dislike you, they're gonna have to create dislike inside of themselves. So that's what we have to remember. See, when anyone says or wants to do anything against you, they do it to themselves first, because they have to become wicked before they can do wickedness. And you have to become righteous before you can do righteousness. So the choice and the path is there for you to go on which path you need to go on. You see it?
That's it.
Yeah.
Rastafari. Thanks for the vibes, the works, the music, the reasoning that I mentioned. You touched down in Shashamane. Tell us quickly, last thing.
Yeah.
How did I find the vibes down there?
The vibes in Shashamane is beautiful. Even though when I went, the time I was here before, and I saw what did happen, and some of the places was destroyed. Not utterly, but they were destroyed. And, you know, there was some kind of conflict, for some reason, spilling to Shashamane. But we overcame triumphantly. Shashamane is now building, and it shall continue to build. As you can see, the whole of Ethiopia, Addis Ababa, everywhere is just buildings, skyscrapers, everything, accommodations.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Not like the movies would have us believe, yeah?
Yeah. Sweet mama. So, you know, so that's why, that's one thing. Let's see, like, if you watch my videos, you can see Shashamane, you can see the videos with the development of Ethiopia. You see what I'm saying? So that's where I'm from, you know? So what it is like I make the videos and things like that so you can see the development of Shashamane. You get what I'm saying? And continue to promote the forwardness and the love, you know, of Ethiopia, you know? Yeah, that's what we're up to that now.
You say?
Yeah.
Yes, Rasta. So we give enough thanks.
Powers.
Rastafari.
Rastafari.
Aye.
That's our destination. Africa. Africa.
Africa, where the human civilization was found, where the kings and queens, as gods and goddesses, walk the earth. Africa, where the gods love to dwell. Sweet Mama Africa, the land of milk and honey, foundation of life. Africa, Haile Selassie